What's going on, everybody? TheKennyDubz here with another Mega Man X character overview video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Easter Roll, so let's get to it. Alright, so we are taking a look at Easter Roll. Now this video is going to be late, but it's going up on Easter, so I mean, maybe it's right on time. This video isn't late at all then in that case. Anyway, so here's Easter Roll here. Roll's adorable as always. She has a little Easter eggs here. Take a look at the splash screen real quick. I don't know why the splash screen is that high. But yeah, it is. Anyway, take a look at her active skills here. First up, we have the Easter Egg Launch. Perform a forward dash, deal 100% attack damage to all targets in your path, and summon 4 small Easter eggs to your side. Easter eggs ignore terrain and automatically attack all enemies within their range. Will disappear after they have attacked or after 6 seconds. When the dash attack is over, the secret Easter egg will be left in place and will take no damage during use. I feel like this should have been a little earlier on in the skill description, because that makes it seem like a secret Easter egg will take no damage, but it means you'll take no damage during use of the of the skill. The small Easter eggs summoned are the small Easter eggs and secret Easter egg are summoned objects, and they will deal damage when when the enemy comes in contact with them, which I don't think they. I'm gonna say. Ignore terrain. Automatically take a. Okay, no, it does. It just says that up there a little further. Anyway, as for the modifier trips here, we have the power increase. Increase the damage rate by 5%. The damage rate of secret Easter egg left after dash does not increase. I'm glad that they put that there, actually. It's really good clarification. I wish they would do that for more skills. But Showtime, you'll not suffer from negative side effects while using Easter egg launch, which is very, very nice there. And probably what you're going to be using most of the time if you're using a roll in PvP. And we have mobility, reduce the prep time by 20%. That's actually also pretty solid as well, but I think Showtime is probably a bit better. More often than not. Mobility isn't bad, but wait, why is mobility the whatever? Oh, that's the third one. We have secret Easter eggs. That's up an invisible secret Easter egg in place in a low chance of an invisible huge Easter egg. The secret Easter egg will become activated after it comes in contact with or after 20 seconds. The 20 seconds dealing damage to the target in range, or double damage if it is a huge Easter egg. This is a summon. Alright, so I had to pull up information over here on the wiki real quick, like, for this. Okay, so the secret Easter eggs damage is 161% attack damage. The chance for a huge Easter egg is actually 30%, so that's actually pretty good. 1 in 3, basically. A little less than 1 in 3, actually, but not that. And then the huge Easter eggs damage is 323% attack damage, which is, again, that's actually surprisingly nice. So first up, we have Easter Egg Reminder. Increase damage of the detection range of the secret Easter egg and huge Easter egg by 25%. Very, very nice there. Oh, also, it's worth noting that although they're invisible, Roll can see them, but the enemy cannot see them. That's what it means by invisible. It's invisible to the opposition, but you can see them. Easter Egg Surprise reduces the prep time by 20%, which, that's not bad. Puts you down to like a 3-second cooldown time. And then we have Spiked Egg, which doesn't sound very good for multiple reasons. When an Easter egg or a huge Easter egg hits a target, it reduces the movement speed to reduce target speed by 32%, which is quite a huge speed decrease there. That's quite nice there. And that's for the passive skills. Alright, so first up we have Endowed Happiness. When a secret Easter egg or huge Easter egg disappears, it restores 16% of the attack's HP. This effect can only trigger once per second cooldown. The cooldown period of secret Easter egg, huge Easter egg, and secret Easter egg of Easter egg launch are calculated separately. So, Roll has some inherent healing, which is quite nice for her. Accelerated Courier here. Become accelerated after using skills, which should mean using either skill. It's kind of weird how they change the wording, because sometimes they say, use the skill. This one, it says using skills. I just would like them to just like pick one and stick with that, and just have that, go through for every other instance of them, using like this kind of wording for a thing. But you get a fat speed boost here for about 42%. And make sure once for 4 seconds. Very, very nice there. Then we have Hidden Easter Egg. When an Easter egg or huge Easter egg is present on the field, reduce damage taken by 30%, which is pretty nice. The downside is that if you're the one playing against Roll, you're not going to know if there's a hidden Easter egg. You're just going to know that you're dealing a lot less damage for some reason, potentially, depending on what character you're using. Next up, Easter Egg Surprise. You can use Easter Egg Launch continuously. After it's triggered, it can only trigger once more with that 6-second cooldown. When a secret Easter egg or huge Easter egg disappears, you will gain a damage enhancement status that cannot be removed, increases damage dealt by 30%. So it's actually pretty interesting because Roll ends up getting an offensive boost or a defensive boost depending on if an Easter egg is there or not. On top of that, it's healing, right? So the Easter egg disappears, you get healing and you get an attack boost. Or if the Easter egg is there, you get a 30% damage reduction, which is pretty nice. Overall, damage enhancement status lasts for 10 seconds, according to the wiki over here. And finally, we have goodies. When using Easter egg launcher with one negative status effects you have, and increase the number of small Easter eggs by 1. That's quite nice, because you can just cleanse yourself by using Easter egg launch. So, you know, slows, weapon seals, dot damage. I'm trying to think of things you can actually, you know, assume yourself of, because you can't do that for stun or skill seal, because you can't do anything while you're stunning. You can't use skills while you're skill sealed. So, other than that, take a look at her DNA real quick. Roll does not have her DNA. Easter Roll does not have her DNA on global yet, but just to go over that so we know what we're getting into. First up, double the fun. Increases the HP recovery power of Innate Happiness by 25%, so that's quite nice there. So this goes up to 20%. It's not too bad. We'll like something a little bit more potent here, but Roll's a pretty solid unit as it is, so her DNA is probably not going to be anything too amazing. Power increase increases the number, or increases the damage rate of secret Easter egg by 10%, excluding secret Easter egg and an Easter egg launch. And then we have treasure hunt. When a secret Easter egg, huge Easter egg, gets present on the field, increases damage by 30%. Okay, that's interesting. So this one just gets you the 30% damage boost. Oh, oops. While the Easter egg is there. So while the Easter egg is hidden on the field, you get 30% damage mitigation, 30% damage amplification, which is quite nice. And then once it disappears, you get a buff that allows you to deal 30% more damage, which is pretty interesting. Again, I would like it to be something a little bit more kicked in there, kind of like how some other characters have some really spicy DNA. But again, Roll is a really solid character overall, so her DNA isn't going to be anything too wild. Almost forgot to take a look at her unique DNA here. Accelerate Echo when you're in accelerated status, reduce damage you take by 8%, which is pretty interesting. So she inherently has 38% damage reduction, assuming you get this. Other than that, she has long range adaptability, long range boost. You can kind of see that she is more of a zoner character. Just off of this, player killer, player sentinel, which is nice there. Launcher adaptability, launcher amplification. So, you know, launchers, long range, launchers, and like zoning capabilities, alongside player killing, player sentinel, which is quite nice to have as well. So now we're gonna go ahead and take a look at some weapons of parallel Easter Roll. All right, weapon time, weapon time. So Roll doesn't have any weapons inherently that go well with her prior to her DNA. However, we do know that she is a zoner type character. I haven't really gone over too much of that up until this point, but she is more of a zoner character. So zoner weapons will work well on her. Things like the Cannon God we have here. Speeds with Cannon God, pierces terrain, use it from long range. That's basically it. Other than that, the Decides Will, which I don't think I have on this account. Yeah, don't have Decides Will on this account. However, Decides Will is a fantastic weapon. Like I always say, it's just really, really good. A lot of people don't like it, but it's just a good weapon. It's one of, you know, it's one of the premier zoner weapons. Pierces terrain, shoots laser, marks, will auto aim even if auto aim is turned off or in a state of confusion. So Decides Will is just really, really good in general. Alongside that, with Turbo Cannon is just a good weapon overall as well for the hidden skill right here, the OV protection. This allows you to have iframes when you empty your ammo. However, once you empty your ammo, you're gonna have to worry about if you unlock this one right here, this increases your clip size. So you're just gonna have to be wary of not unlocking this if you do that, because it sounds good in theory, increases range and energy, but then increasing energy means that it takes you longer to get to the overheat protection, which is to have no energy. So that's just something you have to be aware of if you end up unlocking this. Outside of those things, Cyber Busters will be pretty good on Roll. They also have long range, so you don't have to really engage with the opposition all that closely. However, you could also do Buster Melee just because Buster Melee is really, really good. You do have your dash to get in, get out. You have your secret Easter eggs planted all around the battlefield as well in terms for PvP. So, you know, that's pretty good there. And you also have damage amplification and mitigation while the eggs are active or inactive alongside healing. So, Explosive Bolt, best Sniper Buster. Player Killer is the hidden skill I recommend it just because Player Killer is a lot easier to get value out of than Penetration. Penetration has potential for more damage output, but requires a bit more finesse and setup because you would have to take use of the Penetration and be able to connect the shots after the Penetration. Because it can bounce off of the terrain and walls. You also have to be aware of the map that you're on, because if you can't really ricochet shots well off of the map, then, you know, Penetration might be a bit trickier to use there. Here we have the Hawk Position Buster. Again, I like the way this weapon looks. I don't like it all that much in practice. It has the potential to pierce terrain, which is fantastic and why I initially was drawn to it. However, in order to be able to pierce terrain, you have to hit a target in mid to long range in general. So you get your buff here, mid range or long range. That's how you get that, and then you can pierce terrain due to being in the quick hunt status. But like I said, you have to be able to hit the target first with that. I would like it better if this would just pierce terrain. That'd be a little, I feel like that'd be a little too good. If you don't have either of those options, Sniper Buster is always an option as well. This is a potential free weapon, so everyone has access to this. You can make the Sniper Buster in the lab. I think I can show it from here. Yeah, lab research level 8. And then there's also the destructive laser as well as another Sniper Buster that you can use if you want to, if you don't have the other ones. If you opt to go for the Buster Melee hybrid setup, Nightmare, Ancient Relic are fantastic choices just because of the kind of utility they bring. Nightmare doesn't inherently, like, Nightmare's utility isn't like inherently like all that utility. If I don't really, I'm trying to think of a good way to say it. It has attack boost, right? So you use the attack boost just by swinging the sword around. So that means you deal more damage. You don't even have to connect with whatever you're hitting. You just have to swing the sword around, and you get utility via doing that, so you can deal more damage with either your other weapon or your skills. Ancient Relic is just good because it acts to a shield, which Roll doesn't have. Roll has healing, Roll has speed, but he doesn't have a shield. So you can get the shield from your Ancient Relic here. It's quite nice. Or you can get crit damage as well, but I think the shield is the best one to get overall for if you're going to be using it with Roll. Speed Rune is an option too, but Roll already has a much better speed boost in her kit, though I believe these should stack. Can't forget to mention Grudge Axe. Again, another weapon I don't really like all that much, but it is just a good weapon. Steals buffs and inflicts out of control. Not much else is really to say about it. Doesn't have a hidden skill in global, so I'm not going to go over that. But you have 60% chance to steal buffs and use and inflict out of control when you know, when you're connecting with the hit. So 60% per hit. And with dash slashing, you'll probably get that pretty consistently. And we definitely have to mention Singularity Slasher as well, because Singularity Slasher can steal buffs as well, but I didn't say that right. What I meant to say is it dispels buffs rather than steals buffs. Grudge Axe actually steals the buffs away from the opposition and gives them to yourself, so you have to be watch out for that as well. But Singularity Slasher just gets rid of buffs. It has a guaranteed chance to get rid of buffs, but it gets rid of them, doesn't give them to yourself. But why just get rid of the buffs when you can just take them for yourselves? So that's why Grudge Axe is just a little bit better in that regard. Although this, if you just want to make sure the enemy has no buffs, you can just go with this because this is a 100% chance to get rid of buffs. But like I said, 60% chance is pretty high, especially with how consistently you'll be hitting your attacks with the dash slash technique. All right, moving on to some cards. As per usual, cards are going to depend on what's not covered in your DNA. But just kind of generic things I like to go over for cards. If you're using for PvP, which Roll is more suited for PvP than PvE, Player Killer is a fantastic option to go for. And we have some free options to have access to Player Killer. assuming I can find them here. I thought I'd be, yeah, here we go. First up is the Akuma card. It doesn't actually have player killer per se. It has something under a different name called Master of the Fist, which stacks with any level of player killer, so that's good to know. And it increases damage you deal by 4% when facing a player, and reduces damage you take by 4% when fighting a player. And I believe this gets bumped up to 6% when at max, so that's very, very nice there. It stacks with player killer and player sentinel because it has a different name. That's good there. We have the M Bison card, which has player killer 2 here. We player killer 3 at max. So that's another one you can do. Those are both for exclusive from the Street Fighter event, though. So if you weren't playing during the Street Fighter event, you probably don't have those cards. However, some more budget options we have are the life ore card for base EXP. You can get from the token shop. That's player killer 2. You can stack 2 of these together because it triggers off of yellow, red. The Sigma X4 second form card, which you can also get from the token shop. That's player killer 2. And there are 2 other cards down here if you don't want to use your tokens, or like have no tokens, you know, whatever it is. The Mac card, which you can get from card packs, has player killer 1 on it inherently, as you can see here, but at max level that's player killer 2. But this is a bit RNG dependent, and like I said, you just get the player killer from the token shop. However, you can stack this with your base with your life aura card, because you need a red card and 2 yellows. So you get a player killer 2 from this, a player killer 3 from that, at max copy of that. And there's also the Wheel Gator card, which you can make in the research lab. Again, you can stack this because it needs green, green, yellow. So you can get a max copy of this, and then a non-max copy of this. Get player killer 2 and player killer 1 together. If you're gonna end up going with the with the Buster Melee hybrid setup here, as per usual, Elite Hunters is your best option there. Double amplification and double adaptability. So amplification by 18% and mitigation by 18%, because you're gonna have 2 copies of Elite Hunter here, 1 max and then 1 not max. So as you can see here, 8% from this, 10% from the max one. And then for the red card, what you can do is you can go get the, I think Access Memories a little further up. We have access to the Access Memories card here, which you get from the Deep Recorder. Triggers off of blue red, so this triggers with the relevant part of this triggers off of the Elite Hunters. Elite Hunters you actually get from your guilds, so hopefully you can get that if you're lucky enough. There's also a few other cards you can use as well, which I think I have. I do. The X and 0 card here has a Buster Adaptability, so you can have even more mitigation here. With this, it triggers off a red-blue, and this is a red card. There's also another copy, I believe, another card called the Twin Heroes. I don't have this on my Taiwan account. I have it on my global account, though. I'll try to put a screenshot of it here, if I remember to put that in. But it has the same triggering conditions, blue-red, and it actually has melee adaptability here instead of the the Buster adaptability. I don't remember what the second skill is, but like I said, I'll try to put an image here of it from my global account. The downside with that card though is that you either have to buy it way back when, or you got it last month from the monthly rewards. So if you missed it, I don't know when it's coming back. Aside from that, we have the Guild Development card, which is also a Buster Melee. Not really as good as Elite Hunters, but it's something you can use here. You can use 2 of these together, again, because it's the top skill, so you can go green, green, yellow here. And, you get 14%, I believe, from a max copy. Is 8% and 60% from this. And the successfully completed as well has double amplification for Buster Melee. 8% at base, and it should be 10% at max for this card. Here, I'm trying to find my max copy right here as well. Yep, triggers of blue green. So again, you can just go stack 2 copies of these, get 18% damage amplification with this, and then you'll have quite a bit of damage amp while with roll. I believe that you have up to 48%. Which she has her attack weapons that's 30%, so you have nearly a 50% damage amp with just the just the Buster Melee setup there. So that's actually quite nice. All right, and that's gonna be it for Easter Roll. This video was really late, sorry about that. Didn't have time to sit down and record this video earlier this week. But now for the most important part of this video, or maybe why a lot of people are here: should you pull for Easter Roll? And I'm gonna say probably not. just because I know what's on the horizon. There are very, very strong units coming. If you like roll, you want, like limited units, hey, go ahead. This checks one of my criteria typically when pulling for units. Is it a limited unit? If yes, continue to this next step. East roll isn't bad. I don't think she'll be bad, but there's just some very, very strong units coming up pretty soon, and power creep is coming with them. So that kind of sucks for characters like Easter Roll because she's PvP oriented, and the power creep coming is for mainly PvP. You can use it in PvE as well, but yeah, you can use her in PvE as well. She does have some healing. She's not bad for PvE. I think that she's just better in PvP. So if you like her, you go ahead and pull for her. But if you want meta units, you can safely skip Easter Roll, I think. There. But that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's channel to go share and content. Real quick, shout out to my YouTube channel members and my channel patrons. Thank you for letting me do what I do. If I can support my Patreon or YouTube channel member, you can find that information down below in the description. And I will catch you guys next time. Later.